All right, the first house that we're going to look at is in the northwest section of Clovis. Let's go ahead and highlight Clovis here to give us a better idea. This is more or less the boundaries of Clovis, give or take. And so we can see that we are in this upper northeast section. The first house that we're going to look at is 551 West El Paso Avenue. This one was sold on July 10th, 2024. It was listed at $485,000, and let's see, $485,000. It sold for $485,000, which is what sale price, percentage of list price, 100%. Some things I want to point out on this property before we take a look at some pictures. We're looking at 3 bedrooms, 2.75 baths, which usually gets rounded up to 3. Garage is a 2-car garage. It was built in 1992. The approximate square footage is 1796, and that was from the appraiser. There is no pool, and the lot square foot is 9,500 according to the tax records. Now, this is the secret metric that people use when evaluating a property, and that is this DOM, or days on market. That means that this property was on the market for 43 days before it sold. Now, there are times when you might tell a client, we call them cream puffs, which is a property that is perfect on the inside, it's perfect on the outside, and it's priced right. And usually clients say, yeah, that's the one, but I need to think about it for the weekend. And in those properties, we tell them, hey, this is probably going to sell pretty quickly. I don't want to rush you, but you need to make your decision quickly. This one here, as we start to look at the pictures, we can see that it was on the market for 43 days. So we'll take a look at a few later that sold a little bit quicker, and we can compare them and contrast them. So let's jump into some pictures here. This is the front of the home. We see some larger trees, robin's egg blue on the outside. On the side here, we've got RV and boat parking. Some stone steps and brick steps. This was built in 1992, so we're going to see a lot of original fixtures. We see the green carpet, the wallpapers, a wood banister here with a carpeted staircase, another type of wallpaper. This is the guest bathroom, fireplace. With these homes that are a little bit older, we have is that a peach or a tomato? Maybe it's not a cherry on the molding there. But it's important to keep in mind that if you walk through a home and you see things that you really like about the home, but these cosmetic details like the wallpaper, linoleum flooring, green carpet, which for someone could be the perfect house. But if you're the type of person that isn't really feeling those things, those are all things that can be changed. Wallpaper is usually a pretty simple fix. Get it a little wet, take it off, paint over it. There are many different ways to fix that. I mean, this is kind of cool, right? Another type of wallpaper. Linoleum in the laundry room. This is a his and her sink, Jack and Jill sink, with a large mirror and a tub. This would be the primary bathroom. This looks like the primary closet. Now, as we start looking at the backyard, this is going to be one of the bigger backyards that we see. These older homes in Clovis, they tend to have larger backyards than some of the newer developments, and they often have actual natural grass. We'll start to see a few more homes that have that synthetic, the AstroTurf style grass in the backyard. We can see all the large trees, more established trees here in the back. Little side yard here. Good sized side yard. Start getting some aerial footage. Get the backyard. Fence there. There are houses nearby with a pool, so if you make some friends, you can always try taking a dip in the summer. The Clovis Old Town Trail here, which is a nice bike path. There are also 2 parks nearby, and Candy Cane Lane, which during the winter season, a lot of the houses there will decorate and cars will drive past. Lots of really big trees in this neighborhood. Again, it was built in 1992, so that's to be expected for an older neighborhood. That takes us back to the beginning. So looking at the map here, we'll zoom in a little bit. Take a look at what's in the area. This is Alluvial Avenue and Knees Avenue, with Willow Avenue, which is the boundary of Clovis, and Peach Avenue. There are 2 parks nearby. We have a railroad park and the smaller park. Most of the amenities nearby are going to be on Willow Avenue. This is a primary shopping hub. We have Save Mart, which is a grocery store, Chase Bank, Starbucks. There's a car wash nearby. Across the street is 13 Prime Steakhouse, as well as a swim school for children, gas station, Panda Express, another credit union, the Point Bar and Bistro, which is, it's listed at $2 signs here, so it's, did I just mess that up? That's okay. Here we go. Be careful where I click. Wasabi on Fire, which is a sushi place. And this building here, it says Spirit Halloween. It's actually going to be a grocery outlet bargain market coming this winter. So there will be another place to shop for groceries around here as well. I want to hop in on Street View. Let's get a little terrain view as well. You can see that there is a pretty large community surrounded by communities. The distance to, let's see, actually let's hop back to the layer. I want to point out where the freeways are for this location because that is a selling point. If this is the house, Highway 168 is pretty easy access, and Highway 41 is also pretty easy access in terms of where it's located within Clovis. So freeways, pretty straight shot down Knees Avenue, as well as let's see, that would be Knees Avenue both ways, and you can take Fowler down, Clovis Avenue down. So now let's jump down into terrain view and get a street view. Perfect, that worked. Pop this to the side. See all of the big trees, and let's take a look at the neighborhood. Some houses that are in the area. Similar style. I would imagine that they're built in a very similar year. But as we can see, that blue color, there's another house here that's a blue color. Let's check that one out. Yeah, seems to be a common theme in the neighborhood then. Another pinkish looking house. I can't tell if that's brown or pink. Could be my eyes, it could be Google. That's a brown. Here is the park that was listed. It's a smaller park, but there is a grassy area. You can play catch with a playground here and some swings. Another view of that park, the grassy area. There's a brick house. So for a little over 1,700 square feet and $485,000. I also want to reiterate that we're looking at homes that have sold for around the $500,000 mark. The interesting thing about the real estate market is that the market will always tell you how much a house is worth. We can list your home at $1 million, but if people are willing to pay $700,000 and that's it, then your home is worth $700,000. So these are homes that the market has decided are worth around $500,000. Citadel. All right, here's another, this is that AstroTurf, the synthetic grass that I mentioned earlier, a front yard with the synthetic grass, which as we explore some other neighborhoods is more and more common in some of those newer builds. So that is home number one. Once again, it sold for $485,000. It was listed at and sold at $485,000, and it was on the market for 43 days, which is not a small amount of time when it comes to real estate. And it just sold on the 10th of July. Now jumping over to our next property, let's highlight Clovis once again, Willow Avenue, all the way down. So here we are in North Clovis. This is North Central Clovis. We are at the 1505 El Paso Avenue. This one was listed at $488,000 and it sold for $502,000. So it actually sold for a little bit over the listing price. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, once again built in 1992, so another older home. And this one is 1752 square feet according to the tax records here. Now, what's the interesting part on this? 12 days on market. So it was only on the market for 12 days. This is 5 days earlier than that last house that we saw, and it actually went for $15-ish, $17,000 more, and actually sold above asking in a quicker time. I also want to point out that these client summary reports, the school district section, we always tell our buyers that it's important to verify the school district before you buy the house, because these things can always change, especially with Clovis South High School coming into the mix in like a year, a little under a year. I forget what the exact date is, but these boundaries are going to get mixed up a little bit. So don't pay too much attention to that right now if you're planning to send your kids to a specific school in a few years. Let's jump into some photos here. Once again, this is 1752 square feet and sold for $502,000. A decent size front yard for this area, real grass. This is a corner home, so we have a stop sign in near the front yard. A different type of tree, but still more established trees. Once again, we're looking at a home that was built in 1992. Starting with some aerial footage. Something we'll notice about this home is we have the hardwood floors instead of carpet, but we do still have a few different types of flooring. An accent wall with a fireplace. This looks to be the living room. Another aerial view. A few parks nearby. This would be the dining room near the kitchen. With a sliding glass door to the backyard. Another nearby park. Kitchen with an island in the middle. I know that the island inside of a kitchen is a feature that a lot of people really, really like. But actually that island is movable, it appears to be, and is smaller than it looked in the other pictures. Which, an island like that that's movable, It's important to verify that that is something, if you like it, that they're actually planning on leaving in the sale. I don't know with this specific property if it was included or not, but because it's not fixed to the actual structure, they're not required to leave it upon the sale. The garage here. This looks to be the primary bedroom, hardwood floor. This would be the primary walk-in closet. There's lots of storage. Dual sink with a tub and a shower separate. My wife would love a tub. And then the backyard, cement patio, with a grassy area, some stones that lead to a landscaped portion. It looks to be the original fence with a side yard that seems to be cemented. There are solar panels on here. Whenever you're looking at a property, it's important to see if the solar is owned, leased, or a power purchase agreement. If it's leased or a power purchase agreement, there could be a monthly fee that would be added on top of your mortgage. You're basically, kind of renting, but renting it from, depending on who you're renting it from with your agreement, but it could be an extra cost factored into your mortgage. All right, that is 1505 El Paso. Again, that sold for $502,000 and it was on the market for 12 days. Let's take a look at the area that it's in. We are in North Clovis. I lost it. There it is. North Clovis nearby. There's Century Park. We have Century Elementary School. Highway 168 is nearby as well. Right there. Actually, probably more like this. This looks like the on-ramp. But still about a block away. Looks like a ponding basin. Dry Creek Park is nearby. Cottonwood Park. I want to point out a lot of the amenities that are here as well. On Sunnyside Avenue, there's a major shopping center. For context, talking about over here. And there's a major shopping center here. And also over here. The first shopping center that we're looking at has a Dick's Sporting Goods, Ulta Beauty, Home Goods. For eating, we have the Habit Bar and Grill, Denny's, not Bar and Grill, sorry, Habit Burger Grill, Denny's, McDonald's, Jimmy John's. There is a Joann's Fabric, Nordstrom Rack, Tofa's, don't forget about Tofa's, Wetzel's Pretzels, which is that in Walmart? I think that's in Walmart. This is a Walmart Super Center, Jamba Juice, Tilly's, and then across the street from that, we have Ross Dress for Less, Eureka Burger, which is a Clovis favorite, Baskin Robbins, Deli Delicious, Dollar Tree. There are Oi Japanese is there as well, Taco Bell, Burger King, Pyology, Sprouts if you're looking for more of that farm fresh produce. So there is quite a bit. In-N-Out Burger as well, right there. I'm going to highlight that because it's In-N-Out Burger. Major plus. All that within a few blocks. So the location here is prime when it comes to being able to get around town and being very close to some of the major amenities. Let's jump into layers. Actually, let's go to Street View and we'll take a look at the neighborhood. This is the house that was for sale here. That's 1505 El Paso. Again, we're in the corner lot, so we have a stop sign nearby. Across the street is a school. This would be that Century Elementary School. So if you have kids in elementary, looks like it's pretty easy to walk to school from there. Just around the corner. Some similar looking houses. How are the trees? Mature, different type of tree. Community mailbox. We'll go in a little loop. Nope, just kidding. There's only one way to go from here. I got lost in a neighborhood on Google Maps. It's always fun when you find people on the Google Maps. It's a much less colorful neighborhood than the one that we just saw in terms of the color that the houses are painted. They're all pretty uniform, it looks like, in the gray and the taupe. I said that and then I figured that there would be like a bright blue or a red one that would pop up just to prove me wrong. Here's a 2-story house. There we go. There's our blue house. We found it. It was just waiting for me to say something. Wide streets, sidewalk on both sides, mature trees, again, 1992. So that is 1505 El Paso. Once again, that sold for $502,000 and it was on the market for 12 days. Let's jump to the next property. Here we are looking at a home in northeast Clovis. So we are at the very, very tip. This is a Harlan Ranch home. This property is 1802 North Highland Avenue. It was listed at $475,000. It sold for $475,000. And it was on the market for 1 day. So that tells me it was either sold off market or it was a hot seller. It was that cream puff. People saw it once and said, yes, let's buy that. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, built in 2010, so it's almost, it is 8 years newer, no, 18 years newer than the ones that we just saw. Jeez, I'm old. Approximately 1607 square feet, so almost 200 square feet smaller than the homes that we just saw, for $475,000, and the lot size is 5,460, so a much smaller lot, but it does have a pool. Let's take a look at some pictures. Large shrub-like tree in the front yard. Tile entryway. This would be the dining area here with the chandelier and the living space, living room area. Open concept with the kitchen, dining area, and the living space all in the same room, more or less. This is a semi-entryway. Kitchen with an island, small island, but it is an island. And this one looks fixed to the ground. Dark wood cabinets. This looks like it is the primary bathroom. Primary shower, single sink, the primary walk-in closet. This would be one of the extra bedrooms, the guest bathroom, and the backyard. The backyard is cemented with a dirt patch on the side. Garage. There is some grass to the side yard. If you have pets and you need to take them out, there's an area for that. Back to the front door. This is Harlan Ranch, the entrance to the actual ranch itself. We covered this area in a previous video of mine, the Clovis California map tour. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put a card up top. They have not a country club, but a community, like a rec area in Harlan Ranch. I believe there's a homeowners association fee. I'm not sure what the actual fee is on this, but it helps pay for the pool, the club area, the walking pads, etc. And then that takes us back to the beginning. So again, this is Harlan Ranch. It is in the far northeast of Clovis. It's independent community here. As far as amenities, I believe that the closest amenities are going to be those same shopping centers that we looked at before with the previous section. Got the Dick's Sporting Goods, Home Goods. Also, we have on Fowler Avenue, Save Mart, GB3, which is a local gym. For groceries, there's Save Mart, Vaughn's, Aldi. For eating, we have Batter Up Pancakes, Ramen Hayashi, Butterfish, Crumble Cookies, Chipotle Mexican Grill. There's also a Five Guys here and a Jersey Mike's Subs. Starbucks, Russo's New York Italian Pizza. I'll give them 2 thumbs up. If you haven't tried it, try it. And how do we get there? So from Harlan Ranch, it's actually going to be freeway access. Easy to get onto the 168 here. 168 takes you all the way down to Fowler, and then Fowler takes you all the way to those shopping centers. So it is a little bit further of a commute to the groceries, etc. But at least you have Highway 168 there. From this side of town as well, getting to the Highway 41, you have 2 options. You can either hop on the 168, get to the 180, and pop back around if you need to get to Highway 41, or you can take the long way down Shepherd Avenue, which is geographically closer, but in terms of time, you're looking at stoplights, stop signs, and so sometimes it's just faster time-wise to go all the way around. Now, Harlan Ranch itself, let's jump into Street View. Again, this was $475,000. Yes. So Street View here. This corner lot was the one that was, got the big tree there. Highland Avenue. Take a look at some of these other homes. Very similar architectural style. We've got sidewalks on both sides. This community has several different intersections with stop signs. I want to take us down the main path as well to show you what Harlan Ranch looks like. Some other homes. I know parking is pretty strict in Harlan Ranch. Let's actually jump out of Street View and let's go to Geographic Terrain View. I want to take a look at what the backyards look like for these neighborhoods. This is the house that we were looking at. We've got that the cemented area with the dirt side and also the grassy area. Which I think the grassy area, is that right? Is it on this side? This is the grassy area. But we don't see a whole lot of space in many of these backyards compared to the first house that we looked at, right? That 1992, the Robin's Egg Blue. In terms of actual space that you get in your house, smaller. But I don't see many pools over here either. But that's just a feature of this specific portion of Harlan Ranch. There are areas Again, this is still Harlan Ranch. Bigger lot sizes in the backyard. You see a bunch more pools on this side. Let's jump down here. Nope, that took me back to the original one. That's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Jump up. And here we go. Let's take a look at what these look like, just so we can compare. These are the bigger lots in Harlan Ranch, different architectural style, bigger front yard. Now what these prices are, you're looking in the mid-5s, 6s. Now let's take a look at the clubhouse that you're going to get. If you're sacrificing that space and the ability to have a pool, there's Bud Rank Elementary that is within this neighborhood, and also the Harlan Ranch Community Recreation Center. This is the rec center. It's tough to see there, but there's a park here in the distance. The clubhouse area. There's a pool just behind there. And down the street, we have this large green grassy area. So even though you don't have a whole lot of space in your backyard, there is a community area that you can come, take the dogs out, let them run around, and it's within the same neighborhood. And that is Harlan Ranch. Again, that was 1802 North Highland, and it sold for $475,000, which is list price. Now the final property that we're going to look at today takes us a little bit further east than further south. We are looking here. That is a very rough depiction of Clovis, but you can see that we are in the more so east, central east than it is south area. Not quite Loma Vista. Is it considered Loma Vista? I don't think so. So here we are. This is 3188 Renwood Avenue. It was listed at $510,000 and it sold for $510,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2 garage spaces, built in 2013. So this is the newest property that we're looking at. This one is 1870 square feet according to tax records. No pool. The lot size is going to be 4,500 square feet, which means we're going to sacrifice some of that backyard area for the square footage of the house. Something to note, 19 days on market. That's relatively quick when it comes to real estate. I think 14 days is kind of the crunch time of, are we priced correctly? Are we getting offers? The most of your interest in the property is going to be within that first 2 weeks. So 19 days puts us just past that prime point. And this sold on the 14th of June. Let's take a look at some pictures. Front yard. Entryway. Extra room. The living room area, tile floor. Kitchen area with an island. Also a sink in this island, so it's a little bit bigger than the rest of them that we saw, with some bar seating, built-in microwave, dining area with a chandelier, tile laundry room. This looks like the primary bedroom with wood floor. No door here onto the bathroom with the shower. Not a bad thing, just an observation. Dual sink. Bedroom. Guest bathroom. Now this is going to be the backyard. Remember when we looked at the lot size compared to the square footage of the home, we knew we were going to sacrifice some land here in the backyard. So we have, looks like a synthetic board type flooring on the patio. And this is either the best kept grass I've ever seen, or it is synthetic. Now this synthetic grass in the summers, because it does get really, really hot here in the valley, this stuff gets scorching hot. We had similar grass at the water park I used to work at, and people would run from the cement onto the synthetic grass because they thought it was going to be colder, and it was actually much, much hotter. So just something to be aware of with the temperatures that we get in the valley. We also have a walking path next door to this house. The landscaping in the front yard, there's no grass. It looks like wood chips and bushes with some flowers. And that's it. Those are the pictures. So let's take a look at the area here. Once again, we are in central East Clovis. We're jumping down. So we are pretty close to Loma Vista. If it's not included, we're a block away or 2 blocks away. We have Pasa Tiempo Park, Pasa Tiempo North Park, Fox Run Park, several different parks over here. Lots of green space. I want to see terrain view so we can see that we are on the countryside. Lots of undeveloped land, lots of houses going out here, agriculture. So this is very much the edge of Clovis, what we're looking at. And then jumping down here into street view. Here's that walking path on the side, which is kind of nice. Even though you don't have that big backyard, I mean, your backyard is kind of a park, right? Ample grassy areas. Is there a playground here? I don't see any children's playground, which is usually a feature in these types of parks. This looks just to be a grassy area. Let's go back and head down to the neighborhood. Sorry if that makes you nauseous. Next door is a 2-story home, two doors down, 2-story home. There we go. Undeveloped lots back here. Oh, just kidding. Did anyone else see that? Let's go back. I want to see that again. Maybe it was just not loading. Yeah, see, there are no houses there. And then we go forward, and there are houses there. How fun. We found something. Let's try it again. I have no idea what just happened there. That makes me want to drive out there and see what's actually in this spot. Well, now I'm curious. I think we just went into an alternate dimension. Well, that is, that's pretty cool. I think that is a sign that it's time to end the video. So here we are. This was, once again, 3188 Renwood Avenue. This house sold on June 14th. Whoops. There we go. June 14th for $510,000. 1870 square feet, built in 2013, and it was on the market for 19 days. The truth is, we've only scratched the surface on homes here in Clovis, California. If you want to take a look at a few more homes, click this video right here, or click this one if you want to explore some of the best neighborhoods.